Welcome today, fellow business leaders. So, today we're going to talk about how to import from China personally. We have a lot of requests, but we only deal with business to business clients, right? So, one and the other side of our clients is our suppliers, and 98% of them are factories. So, most of the time, all our orders that we take to them are big volume orders, but if you're like an e-commerce or you're a startup like ourselves, it might be more cost efficient to do it by yourself. And where we can help is with the due diligence. We can go directly to the factories. We can check out if they are who they say they are. And then if the factories are on a, or the supplier is on a platform, if you get us the address, we can visit that. That's going to cost you around about $100. I've been self-employed since 2008 and I've imported from China and been scammed. And then when I came to China in 2016, I set up my own business, but I was self-employed. And it was only until 2020 I started the journey of going from self-employed to building a business. So the information that I'm going to share with you is a framework that I followed when I was self-employed, and some things now we still implement into the business, but it's a different game. Importing is not just about goods. If you don't know, you could be paying money unnecessarily. And in this game, if you don't know or you haven't taken the time to build relationships, no one's going to tell you. So the first and most important, I would say, is understand the import regulations in your country. You can research custom duty, taxes, and any import restrictions on goods you wish to import from China. If you want to do this part without an agent, you can find suppliers. You can use platforms like I think it's 1688, Alibaba, Made in China is another good one. They're great for sourcing products, but always verify the credibility of the supplier. Read the reviews from other suppliers. When you're negotiating the terms with suppliers, always clarify the terms. You need to know things like the minimum order quality, MQ, the pricing, and the payment terms. Ensure that you have a clear agreement on the product quality and the specifications. If you have taken time to build relationships and you don't want to use a broker, just bear in mind that the price that you're going to be getting is not going to be the greatest price. You can always ask for samples. Sometimes the samples are free, but sometimes you have to pay. And lastly, decide on your shipping method. So for smaller quantities, air freight is the fastest way, but can be a little bit expensive. Sea freight can be used. It's more cost effective, but it's better for larger shipments, but it does take a little bit. Consider using freight forwarders for a smoother logistics. Upon arrival to your country, your goods will go through custom clearance. Be prepared with all the necessary documentations, including invoicing, packing list, proof of payments. You might need to pay some custom duties and taxes at this stage. So once you receive the goods, inspect the quality of your goods, and if there is any discrepancies, contact your supplier immediately to resolve it. So importing from China, it can be a very rewarding experience if done the right way and with the proper research and planning. You can navigate the process can be very successful. But what I would say is if you decide that you really don't want to use a broker or an agent, just be very careful. By using a broker or an agent, they can go to the factory directly, they can check quality goods before they go, and you have like an independent, somebody that's on your side, right? That's going to go. Sometimes I'm not saying all factories like this. Our factories that we deal with are definitely not, but not everybody's going to check every single one, right? So once your goods go on, they're not going to care. And I think the law still remains in China that if anything is wrong, you have 7 working days to get your money back. Now, if you've used sea freight, it's probably going to take quite a long time to get there. So the warranty would have run out by the time it gets to your home country. If you use the plane or the air, which is a lot quicker to send it there, to send it back, getting a hold of someone, that the warranty could run out. So these are all the things that you do need to bear in mind if you decide that you don't want to use a broker or you want to import by yourself. My biggest take homes from doing this since 2008 now, and living in China since 2016, just use, yeah, my biggest take homes is do your research and partner with a reliable supplier. Sometimes it's going to cost you a little bit more, but at least you know that the reliability is there. And lastly, if you don't use a broker or if you decide that you're gonna do it by yourself, you're not gonna know the supply chain. And the most important is building those relationships. I can't stress enough about building relationships to get better prices, to make sure that your goods are on there before anybody else is. Building those relationships get you a long way. So follow along and stay tuned for more insider secrets.